Life is unfair. It's a simple statement, but it carries a weight that we all feel at some point. This is not a philosophical debate. It's a fundamental truth. The weak crumble, the strong rise, you choose your path. Every decision you make shapes your destiny. Every day, we face challenges. They come in many forms, testing our resolve and our strength. Some are small, some are monumental. Each obstacle is a test, a chance to prove ourselves. But it is how we respond that defines us. Our reactions shape our future. Do we shy away from the fire, or do we run into the inferno? Courage is not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. There are no shortcuts to greatness. The path is often rough and unpaved, no easy roads to success. The journey is long and winding, filled with unexpected turns. The journey is fraught with pain, doubt, and hardship. These moments test our limits, but it is in these dark places that we discover our true potential. Adversity reveals our inner strength. It is easy to exist, to simply float through life, accepting mediocrity. Many choose this path, to simply float through life, accepting mediocrity. But this is not living, it's merely surviving. But to truly live, to achieve greatness, requires an unyielding spirit, a relentless pursuit of self-improvement. It demands effort and dedication. Are you ready to fight for your place in the world? The choice is yours. Will you rise to the challenge? Alex was a nobody, another face in the crowd. He lived a life of quiet desperation, trapped in a cage of his own making. He woke up every day to the same routine, the same soul-crushing job, the same unfulfilling relationships, the same reflection in the mirror staring back at him with disappointment. Deep down, Alex yearned for more. He felt a fire in his belly, a burning desire to break free from the monotony. But fear held him back. Fear of the unknown, fear of failure. He knew he was capable of greatness. He could feel it in his bones. But he lacked the courage to make a change. He was comfortable in his misery, and that was the problem. One evening, as Alex sat in his car staring out at the rush hour traffic, something snapped. He looked at the faces of the people around him. They all looked so defeated, so resigned to their fates. He realized he was on the same path. He was slowly dying inside day by day. The realization hit him like a ton of bricks. He couldn't live like this anymore. He had to make a change. That night, Alex made a decision. He would no longer be a prisoner of his own fear. He would burn his boats. He would leave everything behind and pursue his greatness. The decision was terrifying. It was the hardest thing he'd ever done. But it was also the most liberating. Section 4. Severing the Lifeline. The next morning, Alex woke up with a newfound sense of purpose. He walked into work, head held high, and quit his job. He then went home and packed a bag. He knew he couldn't stay in the same environment. He had to remove himself from the negativity that had surrounded him for so long. He had to sever the lifeline of comfort and familiarity. He said goodbye to his friends and family, knowing that some of them might not understand. He knew he was leaving behind a life that many people would envy, but he didn't care. He was finally free. Section 5. Embracing the Abyss. Alex drove until he reached a small town on the edge of a vast, seemingly endless desert. He rented a small, rustic cabin and began his transformation, knowing this was the place where he would redefine himself. He knew that true change had to come from within, and that this journey would be as much mental as it was physical. He started training with a fierce determination. Every day, he pushed himself to his physical and mental limits, testing his endurance and willpower. He ran until his lungs burned, feeling the searing heat of the desert sun on his back. He lifted weights until his muscles screamed in agony, each rep a testament to his growing strength. He meditated until his mind was still, finding peace in the silence of the desert. He embraced the darkness within himself. He didn't shy away from the pain or the doubt. Instead, he leaned into it, understanding that these were the moments that would define him. He knew that it was in these moments of extreme discomfort and challenge that he would forge his new self, stronger and more resilient. He cut off all distractions, knowing that focus was key to his transformation. No phone, no internet, no interruptions, no contact with the outside world, allowing him to fully immerse himself in his journey. He needed to focus on himself, on building his resilience, and on becoming the person he was meant to be. Section 6. On the Precipice. Weeks turned into months. Alex's body transformed, his mind sharpened. Every day was a battle, but he embraced the struggle, knowing it was shaping him into someone stronger. He was no longer the scared, unsure man who had arrived in the desert. The fear that once gripped him had loosened its hold, replaced by a newfound confidence. He had faced his demons. Each meditation session brought him closer to inner peace. each step in the desert a testament to his resilience. He had stared into the abyss of his own self-doubt and emerged stronger. The horizon no longer seemed distant. It was a goal within reach. He had conquered his fears. Every climb, every challenge faced, was a victory that fueled his spirit. He had pushed past his perceived limitations. The obstacles that once seemed insurmountable were now mere stepping stones on his path to greatness. He stood on the edge of the unknown, ready to dive headfirst into the next chapter of his life. The sunrise symbolized new beginnings, and he was prepared to embrace them. The journey ahead would be fraught with challenges, but Alex was no longer afraid. The approaching storm was a reminder of the battles yet to come, but he stood firm, unyielding. He knew he had the strength to overcome anything. His muscles were not just physical, they represented his inner fortitude and determination. He had built himself anew. He was a warrior. He was a survivor. He was ready to face whatever life threw at him, with the heart of a lion and the spirit of a warrior. This is Alex's story, but it could be yours. Each step he took was a step towards his destiny, a journey that anyone can embark on. We all have the potential for greatness within us. It lies dormant, waiting for the moment we decide to awaken it. It's time to rise from the ashes of your past, embrace the darkness, conquer your fears. Let the ruins of your past be the foundation of your future. Become the person you were always meant to be. The horizon is not the end, but the beginning of a new journey. Step into your greatness.